there's the buttons. We're clicked. We're live.
Oh my god.
Oh, good. I remember to
Hello,
put
everyone.
stickers. Hello.
Hi.
It's
Hello.
Friday on DOK. That would normally mean we're playing Anvia, but we're down 2 people tonight. So instead, we're playing another game system that I made because I wanted to run a one-shot next week and wanted it to be SCP, and then I couldn't find an SCP system that I liked. So I made one, and
Good job.
that's what we're going to try out tonight. And I'm sure it'll go great with no problems. Yeah. I guess we'll get into it and then we'll do character introductions after a little bit of the setting the stage, if you will. So this is SCP themed. Like, I don't know if you guys know much about SCP, but it's basically a big government conspiracy thing. I'm modifying a little bit about the lore. It's kind of like a spin-off of SCP, but it's that same vibe, So
Like a fringe?
yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of that show, but a little bit. It's like Fringe, but a little more dystopian. So.
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys all wake up from kind of groggy. You don't really remember how you fell asleep. You hear lots of really loud ringing noises. You hear engines. There's these really bright lights that are shined on you. And you find yourself outside for the first time in a really, really long time. Haven't breathed fresh air in probably years since you've been in the facility. So it's very odd. As you're kind of getting bearing of your senses, you see you're surrounded by military vehicles, and you see lots of security forces all kind of mobilized around you. They seem to be lining you guys up. You vaguely remember getting pulled very quickly from your cells, escorted to a giant freight elevator that had a bunch of these vehicles on it, and then you just kind of blacked out. But now you're standing out here. As your eyes are adjusting more, you see there's a very dark silhouette of a building in front of you. Looks like a big concrete warehouse. And you see a commander kind of guy wearing military garb. He's got big like tactical vest on and a rifle in his hand. And starts shouting out, getting you guys to pay attention to him. He says, approximately 5 hours ago, our sister facility here went offline. They did not give any warnings, any distress signals, or anything before going dark. We have not gotten any response or any communication on any channels that we've tried. We are blind, and it is your job to remedy that. Remedy that. I put too many syllables. You will enter the facility, gather intel, direct survivors to the surface, and restore any systems you come across. Do you understand? And he kind of yells that last bit. Y'all are still feeling a little groggy. There's like another 5 or 6 other subjects wearing your same orange garb, kind of prisoner getup.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Are you sure you got the right people? I don't. What?
About that. And he nods to the side, and you see 2 people step forward. One of them is dressed in also military garb, and the other one has kind of like a mechanic almost get up. He's a lot more loosely put together. He's got overalls on. He says, I'm also assigning to you Cork, and the military guy nods, and Marshall, and kind of scruffy guy waves. Said, Cork is for your security, and Marshall is to ensure you don't run into any technical problems. Should you complete your task, because of my generosity, you will all be eligible for a role transfer once we make it back to the facility. You hear a few people call out though, like, oh, this is bullshit, we're gonna die. And there's some like rumbling and stuff going on about that. See one guy book it and they just run off into the night. You hear a whistle, a gunshot, he falls over, he starts kind of groaning. and 3 dogs descend on him. Yerb starts screaming, and another gunshot puts him out of his misery. Any other complaints? Fantastic. And they lead you over. Everyone is given a flashlight and your choice of either a stun stick or a knife, which would be a light melee.
I'll take a flashlight.
Everyone gets a flashlight.
Oh, we get both?
Yeah, you get a flashlight, and then you
What?
choose between a stun stick or a knife, which is a light melee.
I'll take the
So
stun
there's not an
stick.
item for flashlight, but you can just add that on there.
Don't you tell me what to do.
Um,
All right, I'll do it.
And then there are also 2 medic packs or medic kits that are sitting on this like pile of equipment for everyone to rummage through.
Does the medic take it, or do we get those?
So the guys assigned to you are like a security dude. He's just got like a gun, and he has a pretty big backpack on. And that's Cork. And then Marshall is like a kind of, he looks like a HVAC or like a repair kind of technician guy. He's got like a lot of grease and oil stains all over him. So neither of them are medics. So it's just for any of you that
Guess
want
I'll
to take
take
it.
a med pack.
Okay.
Jake?
Take a knife.
Okay. Well, then I will take the other med pack.
Yeah. Then during this, like as you guys are sorting through your gear here, you hear there's like a really loud grinding sound kind of off in the distance. It's echoing a bit through. You get a better look at this facility now that there's some other lights shined on it. It's very unassuming. You don't see any markings or things. There's no lights on either on the outside of this building. It's for those of you in the game, it's this facility we're looking at. There are a
Can't
few
see
lights that are
anything.
being shown on it from like vehicles and things. So you see these big long shadows cast on the sides of it. But there's clearly like there should have been lights along the top and in some of the cubbies here and there, but it's just totally dark.
This Joe
Um,
doesn't have token vision on. That's why it's totally dark.
oh. I'm good at things.
Oh my goodness! I can
You
see.
wake up and you see the facility.
Oh my god.
Ah, I can see
Yeah, it's like
clearly
this
now.
big, unassuming building. You hear like this grinding sound. There's a bit of an orange light coming from one of the sides, and you see there's a team of people that've got these drills and saws and things. They're like cutting into one of these giant metal doors that's stuck closed. See, they've been trying to get it open, but with the power off, they haven't been able to. So they're just manually drilling through. But after a little bit, you guys are all positioned outside of that door. The last bit is cut through to the bottom. They're able to force it and it starts rolling its way to the side, and they get one of the half of these giant metal double doors. There's really stale air that kind of pours out to the night. And with that, you are ushered inside.
Great.
Okay.
Currently in your entourage, there are there's the 2 Cork and Marshall who I'm controlling, but like for other subjects that you guys have access to, there are 3. So someone can keep track of just how many people you guys have, or I guess I can make a note.
That's right.
Uh,
You take a note, Joe.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you're ushered inside. There's like a little bit of a security checkpoint, but everything's turned off. You guys are able to just kind of walk through the stalls. Looks like there's normally a place to check things and all that. But you're able to just walk through. It's unmanned. You don't see any people. And after going through a few sets of doors, you see there's a big kind of open air office with lots of really tall cubicles that are just barely too tall for you to see over. and you're in this big open kind of office space. It's very dark. You guys just have the light of your flashlights. You don't hear anything. But at your feet, every so often, you see these weird kind of metal grooves here and there. They look to be like intentionally placed. They're very straight and seem to align with the walls and things, but
Like
can't really tell what
troughs
they go
in the
to.
floor.
Kind of. They've got like that extra metal like inlay in them, so it's almost like a track for something.
Mm.
See a lot of those.
In this
And
office room, is there like a filing cabinet of some sort?
Yeah, there definitely are. There's plenty. Some are inside of some of the cubicles. There's a few walls that just have several along them.
Any computers?
Yeah, there are several.
All right.
So as you go to the first few computers, though, there's no power.
But are the lights on?
No, you only have the
Okay.
light of your flashlights.
It's super
So-
dark.
All right. So power is out. We'll need to get it restarted.
As you
I
start
look
clicking at one of the keyboards,
Yeah.
Marshall calls out, "There should be a generator for the floor. All the other floors, though, probably run off the reactor."
Any idea where that generator is?
I haven't been here, but sure, it's probably close to the center, probably by where the elevators are.
Okay. Let's go find a generator.
Just for funsies, I'm going to steal some files from the filing cabinet.
Sure. Yeah,
That could be bartering tools later.
you're able to do so. It's kind of hard to read them right now, too, but you just get a handful
Yeah.
of
I just figure if
various
it's being
papers.
kept here, it's probably valuable.
Oh, kind of as we're moving
Yeah.
through this cube form, kind of looking at the occasional cubicle here and there. Do I see any coffee mugs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and actually looking at that, too, you get the sense, like, you don't see any people. But
Yeah.
as you're kind of looking around these cubicles, you see coats, you see papers kind of left out, you see coffee mugs that have coffee in them. Like people just kind of got up and left.
Okay. Well, I
Is there
want
any,
to.
like,
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead, Chuck.
I was gonna say I want to grab an empty coffee mug.
Okay. You do so.
I'm looking at, are there like any like pens or anything that have been dropped on the floor? Like maybe somebody was holding something and it like fell on the floor.
Oh yeah. Are there pacemakers
you
in
do
the
see
chairs?
just kind of random the rapture. No. But you do see some random like pens, papers, things here and there that have
Okay.
kind of been knocked over.
Okay.
Such. Definitely not like see lots of evidence that people just kind of got up suddenly and left.
Okay.
things behind.
That was what I was going to ask. Was it more like they got up suddenly or more like they vanished? So, okay.
Yeah, you get more of the sense that people left in a hurry
Okay.
Okay.
and left to somewhere inside because they didn't grab coats, they didn't grab like bags and things.
Ooh. I was just thinking maybe we should look through those. But there's probably a bunch of them. So,
All right. But as
Yeah.
you guys continue on, let's see. Oh, I will say too, who do you think would be the last person of you three that walked inside?
I don't know. I feel pretty like I don't want to die here, so maybe me.
Okay.
I see an opportunity for
Listen.
advancement, so I'll volunteer.
So Chuck,
Yeah.
you being the last person kind of in line
Oh
filing
no,
through.
this is working against me.
I'll say you notice this kind of just as you're sitting waiting for all the other people that are entering like single file to go inside. You're kind of looking around outside. And you notice there's not really a parking lot here. You assume that there's probably a parking lot somewhere nearby that people are shuttled to this facility.
Yeah.
But as you're looking around, you see there is a really nice looking limo with 3 Humvees parked next to it. And there's no sort of heat distortion from the hoods or anything. It looks like they've been sitting there a while. They're not on, there's nobody over by them.
But this is as we're already going inside that I noticed that,
This
right?
is, you pick this up just like barely. And maybe you're just kind of recalling and putting that together like, wait, that's kind of out of the ordinary.
There any flags that I noticed on the limo?
None.
Okay.
Completely unmarked. You don't see any, like, nothing defining in
All right.
any way.
At least we know the
Window's
president
very
isn't
tinted.
here.
Yeah. Probably someone important. Yeah, you guys move through. As you're walking through, you see Marshall seems to be kind of looking at these grooves on the ground. And every so often, if you kind of veer to the side a little bit, he doesn't see any grooves. He'll kind of follow it back and seems to be following them. There's lots of these like kind of random walls and things. It's a very big internal space, so you do kind of have to weave back and forth as you're walking through. But eventually, you hit the back wall of this office area, and you see a sign. You see a few signs. So you see one that says. Oh, that's it. Okay. You see one sign that says it's kind of like just general safety procedures. It says in the event of a
Fire?
catastrophic. Yeah, it says like fire, and then you see like a picture of something crawling out of a cage too, like just kind of like all these ominous pictures and stuff. So in the event of any of these, find your nearest panic shelter and wait for further instruction. You see like a bunch of people smiling with this like vault door about to close on them.
Right.
Little dystopian. And but then you also see 2 other signs. You see maintenance and elevators.
Maybe the
And one's
maintenance.
pointing one way, one's pointing
Maintenance.
the other way.
Yeah. He
So-
said it was by the elevator, so yeah.
Marshall, any idea what these tracks are in the floor? If that's like, is that like a mail delivery system or something?
Marshall's looking at it. He's like, I think this is how they get to the bigger elevator. Typically,
Okay.
there's like a personnel elevator for moving up and down, but often for bigger things. And he'll kind of point. He's like, see how this track here goes into that wall? It's like, I bet everything just kind of slides out of the way for bigger stuff that we're trying to pull it through.
Right. So that's our rapid escape route. Got it.
He's like, yeah, it's usually a good indication we're walking towards one of the elevators, one of the bigger ones. They're not always next to the smaller personnel ones, but typically they are. He's like, I doubt it'll work though without the power.
Yeah. Go
Naturally.
like that.
So, but you guys do see the maintenance. It sounded like you wanted to go towards maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. So you turn around, go into like there's a smaller like single person door on the side, and then you're kind of in these back hallways. It's like really tall ceilings that have cable trays and things for like networking wires and all the HVAC and stuff above you. Still don't really hear anything as you guys are walking through. You come around the corner, and the hallway widens quite a lot, and you see a giant cylindrical vault door. It appears to be one of these panic shelters, and it is sealed closed. And there's a little yellow blinking light on the outside of it that just says standby. And then past that vault, there is a back door that says generators and HVAC.
So we walked by we're seeing one of the shelters.
Yeah, so you come around the corner, there's like one of these giant steel doors. It's got like a little panel next to it too that seems to be controls for it or something. It's got a key card on the side of it to swipe, and it has a little indicator light above it that says standby. The door is like sealed closed. And then past that in the hallway, there is another door that says that there's generators and HVAC.
Does anybody have a key card?
I'll look through some of my folders, see if there's a key card in there.
Oh, well, you said there
You do
were.
not see a key card.
You were asking
Okay.
about bags and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We
We
should
didn't
go
take the time to dig through.
Yeah,
but-
we might.
loot some suitcases and backpacks.
Well, it'd be helpful if we got the lights on. Let's get the lights on, and then we can go do that.
Sure.
Agreed.
Sure. All right. So you run back, and you're in this really big area. It's a lot colder back here. Even though the HVAC isn't on, stuff, it just still feels like this door is pretty well sealed, so it stayed pretty cold. You see that there's like a pretty big generator. It's got all these like grease and oil stains all around it. It's in this small cage, but the door's open, and you see several like controls to get that started up, and then just random places for filters and HVAC stuff off to the side. This is kind of just the back maintenance area. There's also a few tool benches here and there that have like wrenches and screwdrivers and things. All sorts of just random tools. As soon as you go in here, Marshall starts walking back towards the generator and taking a look at it. Looks like he's about to start it up. Anyone else doing anything?
I just want to look around to see if there's anything like damage before he starts it up, or a reason why it stopped working in the first place. Like, if I have any.
You're looking around. It's kind of hard to see. There's like a lot of just random fences and pipes and things.
Mhm.
You've got your flashlight, so it's casting weird shadows everywhere. So give me a study test. See if it's discernible.
Dirty 12.
All right. So you look around. It is kind of hard to see, but you're able to get a good angle on it. Maybe you step into that cage a little bit and you're looking it over. And Marshall is even kind of scratching his chin at this. It looks completely unharmed, like it was just manually shut off.
Makes you worry why they shut the power off.
Makes me worry
As
how they
he's
shut the power off
kinda-
if there's nobody here.
Well, maybe they shut it off and then went into the panic room.
With what power
Yeah, and
to close the door?
The panic rooms typically have like their own power supply to like operate just the doors, and you see there is like that blinking like standby digital light on. So
Right.
it's got
Yeah.
some sort of its own life support and power to it.
It's probably got
Yeah,
something hooked up to it. All right. Yeah.
yeah. As you notice that, John, Marshall's kind of scratched his chin. He's like, okay, and pushes the big green button. As he does that, you hear the generator sputter and start up. It turns over pretty quickly. See all the lights flicker and click back on, and you hear the announcement turn on. It says, I think I accidentally deleted this part. Who knows? Yeah. Okay. So it says something like, it says, warning, please make your way to your nearest panic shelter. And then it has this like little awkward pause where it says, there has been a breach detected in, and you can tell it's supposed to like fill in with like, whatever bit that dynamically updates. And you hear like 4 voices at once that overlap of like them saying like different names of different zones. It doesn't space them. And it says breach detected at, and then blah, just massive voices. Please
Bleh.
return to your nearest panic shelter. And that's just looping that every there's about a minute, and then it'll say it again.
Could I try to use study to try to pick out some of, at least like one of them, just to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, roll a study test there for sure.
Boom. Crit success.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with that, easily you're able to tell. It seems to be saying every single location that, like, there's not really a standard facility layout, but there
Mhm.
are standard terminology for different areas, and because everyone kind of uses the same classifications that dictate where things go. So, uh, with that in mind, you know that for sure it is saying three areas are compromised. It's saying the detention ward, the stasis ward, and the research and observation are all compromised in at least one or more areas.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Sounds like we've got 3
Uh,
regions.
if we are going to investigate something, the detention place might be good. We could probably get some better gear there.
Yeah.
You know, all of those are below the surface, most likely.
Yeah.
Usually, where you're at would be called operations, and it's just kind of a surface area. Out in the middle of nowhere, it's not really pretending to be another business, but if it was somewhere in town, it would have this like, it would look like an office supply store or something kind of random in the front. But here it's not really pretending as much.
All right. Well, the power's on. Should we head back to the offices and see if we can
Yeah.
find any data out and find a key
Check,
card?
yeah, computer and key card. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And then anyone that's searching for key cards, just give me a study test.
Um, hang on a second.
While they're looking for key cards, I'll be looking at the computers, seeing if I can find anything.
Okay.
Joe, would you say this is urban or common?
God damn. No.
Oh, that's fine. I failed my test anyway.
Okay. Yeah,
Would have gotten another die if it was urban or common.
Right?
This is echelon at a
Jake.
cult, I'm sure.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, probably would be. Jake, with your success, you are able to find a striped yellow key card.
Ooh. I'll
You
hold
would
it up and
know-
say bingo.
Yeah. You would know that this typically gives you access to most places and operations, but it wouldn't get you into like any highly secure areas. Like it wouldn't get you into any of like executive rooms, whatever. But you would think it probably has access to open or get into the shelter
Yeah.
once it's sealed. So, and yeah, for that key card, put striped yellow A2.
Ready? Got it.
All right. And then also, as you guys are rummaging around, John, you find that a few of the computers that you go to don't boot up. And as you're kind of investigating a little bit, you see some of the side panels are loose on a lot of them. And you see that like some of their hard drives have been pulled. And there's a lot of computers that are kind of missing things a little bit like that. But eventually you do find a computer. This is one that doesn't have a coat in it and looks like it's been untouched. Perhaps the person that was normally stationed here wasn't there today.
Okay.
But that computer does power on. You see its lights on. There's like a little, its monitor's not on, but there's like a little blue light at the bottom of it. So as soon as you start hitting the keyboard, it wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
And with your sticky note ability, where's the sticky note at that has this guy's password?
It's under his keyboard.
Okay. So you look around a little bit, check the back of the desk, and you lift up the keyboard, sticky note. It's got a clearly written out password. You're able to sign in. So basic info that you'll get from this, basically every terminal you access will either have information cameras or some sort of security system that it's hooked up to. Especially lower down, it might be like what controls doors and things to certain containment cells. This one up in operations is definitely more of an information thing. And what you would see pretty quickly after rooting around, a few random documents on different anomalies. And you would also see a memo about important executive appearing today. That'd be on best behavior.
It mentioned who the this executive is, or
It's stricken. There's a big old black bar over their name.
all right, so,
Redacted.
yeah, there's apparently some sort of bigwig showing up for an inspection or something today.
On our way in, I did see that limo with the Humvee. Humvees parked around it outside.
Ooh. Well, maybe that means that if we do well, we'll get a really big promotion.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe get a job in operations here.
Yeah,
Well, not here, but like
but right.
operations and the, you know.
And were you guys going over to the that shelter?
Yeah.
Personnel shelter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with your key card there, Jake, you're able to swipe it, and then it asks for an okay on if the door wants to open or not. And it says like release door access.
Okay. Beep.
As you push that, a few seconds go by. You hear kind of like a click. It sounds like it comes from inside the wall. You hear this very loud, like hermetic seal release, and there's hissing as the door pops out a little bit from the wall.
I'm
And
gonna ready
then
my stun baton just in case.
rolls a bit to the side. And as you guys look around, see, in fact, this shelter is full of people, but they all seem to be asleep, but not breathing. So
Ooh.
They're
probably
dead.
permanently asleep.
Can I check them out to see if I can figure out why they're permanently asleep?
Sure. You can, I'd say pretty easily when you step in. They don't seem to have any like trauma on them. They all seem to be sitting almost kind of comfortably, and it looks like they all fell asleep. And as you look around, you see one of the side panels looks like it's been removed. You see there's some tools on the ground. It's been like unscrewed and bent to the side. It looks like they were getting into the life support system. You see there's a few oxygen tanks, but then there's also this fire suppression system that's got these big nitrogen tanks. And they had intentionally wired and replaced, or I say wired, like
They
had
swapped the
moved
hoses.
pipes,
Yeah.
off of the
Okay.
oxygen onto the nitrogen.
I mean, if I
That'll
guess,
do it.
yeah, if you
That'll
gotta
do it.
go, going by nitrogen is a way to do it.
Does
So-
it
It was
smell like
it's like
they-
very obvious that they did this too. So like,
Yeah.
it if someone were to do this, it wouldn't be like they secretly did it. So either they were lying about what they were doing, or everyone agreed to it.
smell like poop in here?
It's a good question.
Probably would a little bit. Actually, you guys are like a little bit lightheaded as
Oh,
you're being
yeah.
here for a little bit.
Yeah, understandable.
But
It doesn't
as
smell
you're-
like poop in here.
It means that they
Oh.
died not that recently, so
Yeah.
it's not.
Go ahead and shut off the nitrogen then, because that's probably a bad idea to leave that on.
Yeah, I'll go through and,
Yeah.
if I can, put the hoses back in the right way. That way, in case
Sure.
we need to use this, we have actual oxygen to breathe.
Yeah, you're able to do that pretty easily. There's like the tools to even move it there. So you're able to rehook them. Looks like the oxygen has barely been used too. Like,
So they
Oh, they got in here and
They
did that like
went
right
quick.
super fast.
away.
and their bodies seem to be consistent with only a few hours dead.
Okay. So they
Less
got
than
in
5,
here.
probably.
Yeah. said, well, we're fucked. Let's not wait it out.
You know, when we do people, are there name badges or anything, or just any form of identification? I mean,
A few of them
searching
have random like they don't really have they have name
name
badges that have
badges.
like faces and stuff, but all of their names are like code. They're like numbers and things like that. Uh, you don't find any like really identifying information on them that way. But the badges do like match up with their faces.
Okay. Any, I guess, look over them for any extra key cards or anything, just in case.
Sure. Give me another study test.
I refuse.
You're not able to find any other
Okay.
key cards on anyone here. Or you do find one, but it's we'll say it's less of a access than what Jake has. It is a A1 card, so it's like white with one side. It has like a line on it. That's
this
yellow.
is the one that opens the room, the coffee room.
A1?
Yeah, pretty much.
Coffee machine's kept.
I was going to say it's the condiment, the
well,
sauces.
that's in by the coffee.
Okay.
It would get you
Bathroom
into the
hall
break
pass.
room, yeah.
It's the break room pass. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the fridge.
It's while you guys are in here looting the bodies, looking them over, swapping the oxygen back. The rest of your NPC kind of entourage, if you will, they've been hanging back outside. You hear a gunshot go off.
Ooh.
Sounds like a rifle.
Ooh, boy.
Spicy.
And as you step out, you hear another gunshot go off.
The hell's going on out here?
And you see what looks like you see Cork and Marshall and two of the NPCs in your entourage laying dead. And then you see two others. So you had three before. There are two dead bodies on the ground.
So one of these things isn't like the
Not like
others.
And as you're looking at the bodies, they both look very similar. You see Cork is just kind of looking at both of them, and looks like he was the one that shot them both, and his rifle's smoking a little bit.
Wait, so there's two dead bodies.
Yep.
And how many people are not dead?
Cork and Marshall, but then you also have two entourage. So basically, it looks like there was a fourth member of your entourage that showed up and looked identical to another one.
Okay.
And Cork executed them both.
It's a thing situation.
Quite possibly.
maybe.
Uh,
Now, is it cork like what you put in a bottle, or cork as in the subatomic particle? Okay.
Cork, as in what you put in a bottle, and it's the nickname given to him because people say he's got a cork up his ass.
so it looks like him, but it, like in everything, bodily appearance, clothes, that sort of thing.
Yeah. So you're looking at the two, and you cannot tell them apart whatsoever. They both look extremely similar. They've got the same facial features. They're both bleeding red.
Yeah, it's gonna go for next.
Clothes.
I'm not gonna taste it, so
Good idea.
I've seen the thing. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. But Cork's just sitting there and turns to the rest of you. He's kind of looking intently at all of you. He's like, well, you're all different. I don't like that.
That's a room full of dead people. They look to have done it to themselves.
Hmm.
Probably because
Messy?
of this.
And he kind of peeks his head around. He's like, oh, that's weird.
Yep.
Very.
That's a way to describe it. Yes.
I'm
They
gonna go throw the files that I stole into the toolbox and grab the toolbox.
Okay.
Good idea.
Jake, with the lights on, and as you're looking at them more, You see that the documents that you grabbed they seem to be something about like shipping and incoming items. And you see that one of them is like a package manifest, and it says that there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, it's a package manifest for 6 object anomalies that arrived today. And
Oh
should be in
boy.
the staging area.
Oh, that's
Staging
exciting.
area.
Would that be like the research and study area?
It would be probably somewhere up here in operations. It'd be like where packages and like shipping and receiving would be.
Okay.
After seeing the two people that are the same, I would like to take a look at all the corpses inside the bunker and look for people that are not the same.
Samey.
You see that inside the bunker, there is also one of the corpses that looks exactly like another one of the other corpses.
Okay. So they had a clone
A dude.
situation. Couldn't decide which one was which. And so the whole thing opted to off themselves.
The whole room?
Looks like it.
Mm.
Maybe it's like, I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, the whole room rather than just offing the two people.
Yeah.
Actually, I will say, thinking about it more, one of the corpses looks very similar to another one, but its features are a little faded. Like its hair is faded a little bit. Its skin's not as colored. It's like more gray kind of everywhere
Okay.
compared to the
Like-
other ones.
Like he's
It's
been dead a
reverting.
long time, almost.
Yes. Hair's a little bit shorter. Features are all kind of sunk in a little bit more.
Okay. Shapeshifters. Motherfucking shapeshifters.
Yeah, if one of you turns out to be a clone of yourself, let me know.
Ooh. There's a good chance that if it is a clone situation, that maybe they just do like physical and not like mental stuff. We should have like
a code phrase?
a code phrase.
Banana fudge.
Banana fudge.
Banana fudge.
Good one. With this, Marshall speaks up. He's like, "Well, the generator's back on," and he kind of peeks around the corner and shudders a little bit and quickly looks away from all the bodies there. And he seems to be like he's like actively kind of avoiding the two bodies on the ground. He's very quickly like, let's get out. The elevator's probably on. I'm gonna head that way, and
Yeah.
I'll see you guys there. And
Yeah.
he quickly walks away. Cork laughs a little bit. As you're back here too, and you step back out, I'd say, into the main area. Being on this side, and you're looking the other direction now, back from where you came from, and now that the lights are on, you're able to see up above a little bit better. And there are some like signs here and there that kind of dictate where things are. And you do see one of the signs points towards staging, and then underneath it says shipping and receiving.
That's probably where the things that were last shipped here are.
Yeah.
I know that because of this manifesto that I totally jacked from there. File cabinet.
What direction is the staging area relative to the direction that what is it, 2191? That you saw you said you saw like a limo?
Yeah, outside, just like off to the side in the
Is it near-
parking lot.
Like where the staging area, like dock might be, or
It'd be on the same side of the building. Yeah.
okay.
Maybe it wasn't special executives that came in.
government
Yeah.
shapeshifters coming in to free their friends.
Or
So if we see any government types,
Shoot 'em.
get them.
Yeah.
Any suits go
court
down.
martial, if we see any guys in suits, they're probably evil.
It's like, yeah, I already know that.
Yeah.
Good. I mean, we should shoot them. I mean,
Oh.
shooting them is on the table for what we're doing here.
I mean,
I'll leave that to you guys.
you know, I was thinking that they brought in these unknown things and the suits are here to watch what happens when this is a designed experiment.
That could be. But we won't know until we go check
Reckless
some things out.
experiments are definitely not uncommon
Mhm.
in this line of work.
All the more reason for us to gain advancements.
Mm-hmm. But you would see, so this pointing over to like the shipping and receiving, it's kind of along the way to the elevators, but it's just off a little bit. So like the elevators, shipping and receiving is pretty much like on the other side of the wall of where the elevators are. So you'd have to walk around a little bit, but not too far. You
Yeah,
want to straight to the elevators, or do you want to check that out?
Let's do shipping, receiving. Isn't that where we said we
Staging.
wanted? Yeah, staging.
Let's see if we can. Yeah, see if we can figure out exactly what was shipped here
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
without dying.
You
Preferably.
would see too that on the manifest that you have that they are all rated for there's kind of two ratings for anomalies. One of them is how dangerous it is, the other one's how difficult it is to contain, and these are all rated below a 2 on containment. So they're either they could sit on a shelf and not be touched and they just be fine forever, or they need some basic, like they'll try and move on their own a little bit, or they'll eventually find themselves off, whatever. You just need to restrain them with basic mundane things. But none of them have a danger rating. So it looks like they were shipped here to get classified danger wise.
Okay.
You make your way into shipping. It's got like a big double door and it's got those kind of like plastic divider thingies that hang down. You step back. There's lots of random boxes here and there. You see a lot of them look like they're mainly papers and things and some office supplies. You see extra like cubicles that are disassembled back here. It's kind of a bunch of random stuff like that. But then you do see a box truck that is parked all the way back inside. It is open, empty, and there's a pallet of several boxes sitting behind it. And, or I say boxes, they're more like crates, like wooden crates.
Yeah.
Are all the crates open?
All of the crates have their tops taken off, yes. And they seem to have like stuffing and things inside of them.
Okay, so these things have been rated as easy to contain. So odds are, if they've been wandering around for a couple of hours, maybe they're still in staging here. So eyes open.
Okay.
It does look like the boxes are not empty though. From like you see them have packaging and stuff, but it looks
Okay.
like they've been opened and there are some like things inside of these.
I'll take a closer look. And if there's any like packing slips or anything like that, I'd certainly take a look at that as well.
Yeah. So they're all marked kind of ominously, and it looks like they've been marked since they've got here. And so they all have a brief document. They all have like a brief description. You see one is called Fortune Cookie. One is Cozy Sweater. One is Printer. One is Mask, a pen, and a book.
Interesting. I'll look at the cozy sweater.
Okay. So you look at this crate that has the paper on it saying Cozy Sweater. Open it up. And you see it's kind of like one of those Christmas sweaters, but it's like the really, really fuzzy looking ones. And it's got like, instead of, reindeer and stuff, it's got these like weird, it's got the same happy colors. It's got like runes and stuff etched into it.
Hmm.
In the crocheted.
Interesting.
Is that crochet? Knitting?
Crotchet.
Yeah.
Does it look friendly?
It looks cozy.
It does look friendly, Jake. You don't get a bad vibe from it.
I'm pretty sure this sweater is on the level.
You should put it on just so we can confirm that.
You know what? Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that. Give me that sweater. I'll show you how it's done.
Okay.
I now totally want like an ugly Christmas sweater, but with like runes like sewed in. That'd actually be kind of cool.
All right. Jake, you put it on.
Yeah.
You feel comforting. You feel like a little bit warmer, but not just like physically warmer, like warmer person. You feel a little happier.
Guys,
grants
this sweater is actually
one-
very nice, and it was so nice that you gave it to me. Remind me when we get out of here. I owe you guys a beer. It's going to be great.
You got it.
While wearing this sweater, you gain 1 sight protection.
Ooh,
Oh.
Incoming sight damage is reduced by 1.
cool.
You can, on your character sheet, you can put this as like other cozy sweater, and then
Yeah.
increment your sight armor by 1.
What else do we have in here again? Oh, excuse me.
Fortune cookie, a printer, a mask, a pen, and a book.
I mean, fortune cookie, mask, printer, pen, and a book. I will investigate the pen.
Okay. So you look at the pen. Did something pop up?
Yes.
Ooh.
That looks
You
like
look
a
at the pen.
dangerous. That looks like a danger pen.
Danger pen.
And it looks
Let me
it's
see
like
that.
constructed out of metal. It's got one of those like side clicky buttons on it. It looks really satisfying.
I'm gonna
But does
click
it
it.
look friendly? Oh, no.
I'm gonna click it.
As he's reaching for it, you get conflicted feelings, Jake. Not outright bad. You don't get like a good vibe from it, but you don't get a bad vibe. But you click it, Chuck.
Yeah.
And you keep clicking it.
Yeah.
Feels great.
Feels amazing.
And mechanically, what's happened to you
Oh no.
is you have to keep clicking it. To stop clicking it, you have to make a resist test. If you fail, you take psyche damage. But while you were clicking it, you get a bonus to study tests.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
All right. I keep clicking my pen.
Also, while you were clicking it, you get a minus to avoid tests.
Yeah, that
because
makes
you are
sense.
loudly clicking a pen.
What about this fortune cookie?
All right. You look at the fortune cookie.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Fancy.
See a very nice looking fortune cookie. Like, it looks more expensive somehow than like the ones. You don't see any like little air perforations and stuff. It's not cracked. There's not any like dust and stuff. You don't see some of the paper sticking out on one of the edges. It just looks like a
This is
really
a-
nice fortune cookie.
Gourmet fortune cookie.
Jake, it pings is very bad.
Oh. Let's if you want to crack that open, I would not be opposed to it, but if you eat that cookie, I have a bad feeling. Because fortunes don't come true unless you eat it.
We've got 2.
You do.
Uh,
Yeah.
We'll keep that on the maybe pile.
okay.
Yeah, we'll just set that over here for now.
Well,
Chuck, if
what
you
about-
want one to do it.
Yeah, he said we'll put it on the maybe pile. We'll keep it on the maybe pile for now.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see.
And it's got that like case around it too.
So
Yeah.
fancy.
Let's close the case while I'm at it. I don't want to look
Yeah.
at me
Yeah.
reading my future.
Maybe it just brings terrible luck while you carry it with you. I guess we'll find out.
Those
What
are the
about the
only two
mask?
images I had generated. uh, the mask.
Is it
You
of
go
the
to look. So you
phantasm?
see the box. So you see the box that says mask. And you see a container for a mask. As you look into it, it's not in there.
Interesting.
Oh, geez. Well, masks are made to conceal faces, or rather to give people a new one. So I deduce with my bullshit detective skills. That's where our clones are coming from.
Muted, Chuck.
Maybe.
How dare I? I was going to say, I was just agreeing in a lot of words.
And then the last two are a printer and a book.
Now, by printer, you mean like a computer printer? Is it
Yes.
like a inkjet? Is it a laser? Is it a dot matrix? What are we looking at?
It's like a big office, like laser printer.
Okay. Okay.
A big ass Lexmark or some shit.
Yeah.
Conoco
Fancy.
Minolta.
Well, what this one? Is this a nice one?
Yeah, I'll
So
kind of take a peek under its copy part and examine it.
printer pings is very good.
Yeah, this is a decent printer right here.
And
I
this
have
is
this
one of the
in
ones,
the POW.
as you lift it up to look at it, it actually has like some more documentation on this printer, like on the copy
Oh,
screen.
yeah, I'll take
As
it.
you look at it, you see a document that says benevolent printer. Never goes offline, never runs out of ink, never runs out of paper, never has any errors. And that even in this box, not plugged into anything, it has lights on, like this printer is on.
Well, let's get this guy up on his feet. Come on, guy.
Yeah.
I'll help.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
It's a little heavy, but pick it up.
Yeah, I
You
just
don't
want to
see
set it
any
on the
like
ground.
branding or marks anywhere on it. But it looks like it wouldn't stand out without all that branding stuff. It looks like it would blend in just like any other printer.
I'll put the little thing that describes what it is into its printer tray.
Okay.
So that is the first thing people see when they come upon it.
And then yeah, it's got like the little roller wheels on it too.
Yeah.
You don't actually see a place to like network or interface it with anything. I mean, like you see a network jack, I guess, but you don't see like a power on it anywhere. It does have like the little green and blue lights on it as if it's like awaiting a print job.
I want to think really hard at it. Print me out a recipe for Olive Garden chicken and gnocchi soup.
Make a compel test.
That's an 8.
After a little bit, you hear the printer spin up and paper comes out with the exact recipe you're looking for.
This is so cool.
You see if it knows a map to the facility.
You can ask it.
Or I'm going to think really hard. Print me out a short story about what the hell happened here.
Roll it.
That's such a Joe move. I love it.
Yeah, push it there, Chuck.
Yeah, I think I have to. So I'm going to take a point. Hang on a second.
Mhm.
I think I realize that I don't have my HP right. Fight and resist. Psyche is resist. I have resist, so yes.
Mhm.
I am going to
You can
inflict.
burn one of either.
Yeah, I'm going to inflict a point of psyche damage upon myself to push
reroll.
this.
Oh
Oof.
boy.
I got a complication.
Prints out a piece of paper that
Okay.
says, ah.
So it takes a while to queue this job. And after a bit, it starts to print it out. And you do get a short story. But what the short story tells you is basically it says uh, that it's only able to say things that it has printed before or seen before. And it wasn't aware, like it hasn't been here long enough to know what happened. But it does know it's been here for like the last few hours. Got here shortly before the power went out. Heard panicked people screaming and leaving. Heard the elevators go off a few times of people going below. Heard the seal of the
Panic room.
panic room. Yeah, it heard the panic room close. Then it heard the power go off. Then it heard the elevator again.
Then it heard the elevator again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that means somebody turned off the power up here and then went back down.
Possibly our fellas in the limousine.
And Marshall did say something about like the power for the elevator going down is powered from below.
Yeah, tied to the reactor.
Like
Okay.
the power up here, it also gets powered off of the reactor if it's up here, but the generator only powers like stuff up here.
So the
while it's on.
elevator itself still would have power if the reactor is on.
Yes.
It's just this floor, everything minus elevator and safe room. Okay.
Yeah. Safe room's on its own thing. And yeah. And the printer's on its own thing. Printer
It's
has
special.
Its own. Yeah.
Special.
Mm-hmm.
What about this here book? It's friendly.
Look.
Yeah, is the book friendly? Does it have a smiley face on it?
Book pings you as also kind of mixed.
I'll be right back.
Kind of like the pen. You pull the book out, or you open the container that the book's in, rather. And you see it's a small gray book. And the more you look at it, it suspiciously like looks like a flattened brain. It's gray, and you see kind of like lines in it that look like the folds of a brain a little bit. It looks almost a little bit fleshy. It's like a hardcover. And see something about there's like a little document in there, and it says it's like a half write-up. It doesn't have a classification or anything on it, but it says knowledge transfer question mark on it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't see this as unfriendly, but kind of gross.
Yeah. It says knowledge transfer on the information. I'm guessing maybe like, ooh, what if it's like one person puts their hand on the book and then like you can like put a thought into it, but like you lose it and then somebody else can like pull it out of it later or something.
That sounds like something this would do.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like trying it, so I
Same.
already have few enough memories left as it is.
Yeah. Keep gassing us every couple of months. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Did we check out the mask? I don't remember.
it
Mask
ain't
was
there.
missing.
Oh, that's right. The mask is
It is
missing.
the only item missing.
Okay. Is that all the items then?
Yep.
Okay.
You pocketed the fortune cookie. Chuck is still clicking the pen. Mask is missing. The printer you guys took out. It's on wheels. You could bring it with
Okay.
you, I guess.
If it had a power cord, we could just bring it along with us like it was like a puppy or something.
A little wagon.
That
I'm
doesn't
fine
have
with leaving
power
the
cord.
printer here. It seems to be friendly enough.
Yeah.
No need
Okay.
to.
Oh,
to
actually,
start.
I'm gonna try to think a question at it. Would you like to be in the office area?
Make a compel test.
Okay.
Dang,
Crit success.
the printer whisperer.
What it prints out, it says, I do not have wants of my own. I only print and serve the people that give me jobs.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
It is a loyal printer.
What a buddy.
Yeah.
You know, if we ever escape this whole whatever it is we're doing, and we get back to a normal life, we'll have to blackmail somebody to get hold of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Indeed. Most eco-friendly printer around.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. So with that, I'd say you guys are, unless there's anything else you want to do with any of these items,
No.
able to make your way over to the elevators.
Okay.
And at the elevators, you see one of the panels has been removed that seems to control the elevator. There's like the buttons, but then there's all these other wires and things. And Marshall's just kind of digging around in them. You see he's like cut a few of the wires, he's shortened a few of them together here and there. And you see Cork is very impatiently standing behind him, kind of like asking, like, what's taking so long? And Marshall's muttering under his breath. He's like, yep, the reactor's off. Like, not able to get the elevator to come back up.
Hmm.
Well, that's
But-
fucked up because it wasn't.
And Marshall pauses for a little bit, pinches two wires together, snaps, and the elevator doors open to a shaft.
Ah,
Marshall, are you a wizard?
When it comes to this kind of stuff, yeah. About all I know how to do.
'Cause, I mean, like, you just snapped your fingers and it worked.
Yeah. These wires. I'm able to get in there and
So
tell
the
what
the
controls
snap
what.
was just for performance.
Yeah.
Okay,
Makes my job more fun. Makes
Okay.
me forget about the dead bodies behind us.
there's a lot.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So that would mean
Yeah, you're
that
still clicking the bed.
from what we're understanding, we went and checked, and there were some artifacts still left over in the staging area. One of them's missing, a mask of some kind. But from what we're gathering, it sounds like there was power up here, and then the power went off, and then somebody took the elevator back down. So at least at some point, it was functioning.
Yeah, the generator seemed like somebody just turned it off. Like it didn't sputter out. I didn't have to refuel it. Didn't have to do anything. Like I
Right.
only looked at it for so long because I was
Yeah.
confused.
Hopefully that
So-
means the reactor's in the same kind of state. Someone just flipped it off.
I'm
Hopefully.
gonna peer into the shaft. Is there like a ladder or anything? Any kind of ladder access?
There is not. As you're looking over, Cork like hits the back of you and then grabs the back of your collar,
Ah!
pulls you out, and just to give the a little bit of a scare.
You
He's like,
asshole.
nope, we're climbing down with these. And he takes his bag off. He pulls out, I forget what they're called, but they're like these reclining things. And grabs a few of them out, hooks them onto the like cable wire the elevator uses. And he starts directing the other NPCs from your entourage to grab onto them and descend. Like, we're going down the hard way.
So how many people are in our entourage right now?
2.
Two. Okay.
There were 3. One of them got duplicated, and then both of them got killed.
Okay.
Cork didn't want to figure out who was who. He just shot them both.
Are
I don't
Cork
blame
and
him.
Marshall considered part of our entourage?
No,
Okay, that's what I want to make sure.
you could still ask them to do things, but
Mhm.
they're like me controlled. But
Okay.
but the other
They're
two
NPCs.
are like, yeah, they're just NPCs. Your entourage, though, has 2 people that you're basically able to pickman
Gotcha.
around. And
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. He has inside of this bag, he's got a pretty big, like, military rucksack on. And he has plenty of these little recliner things to hook onto this and go down. Like, he was
Well,
expecting this was probably a possibility that they need to do that.
Phil, or
Full zip line.
you wanna go first?
Absolutely. I'm feeling great. This is going to be fun, guys. It'll be like sliding down the pole at the playground when we were kids. Oh, man, I love this sweater. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, normally you'd feel a little more scared about it, but something about this sweater, you just feel good.
Looks good.
But yeah, you each are able to grab these, and Cork is kind of directing everyone to go down before he does. And then as Marshall gets on last, it starts going down. Cork also hooks on, puts his rucksack back on, descends after him. You're all descending in this line here. It's very loud and echoey because you're all sliding down. You're just all of the friction of these things. It's just reverberating around a whole bunch. You're looking down. A few of the people have their like flashlights tucked away in places that you see the light kind of bouncing around below you. You descend for a while. Feels like a really long time to be descending, but you're pretty used to being pretty quick or pretty far underground. But someone says, or someone calls up one of the first NPCs. They say, guys, it looks a little weird. And you hear them kind of thump as they hit into something.
They're
And you
down
hear like an
lower
abrupt
than us.
beep. Yeah. And you see their light kind of scatter and go around. You see another one and another one. And as you guys are getting close to this, you see this elevator cable curve and it just goes into the side of the shaft and then it's kind of like touching the side of the shaft.
That's weird. I hit the brakes.
Hey,
As you guys hit the brakes, and you are able to do that, you kind of have to turn it a little bit. It slows down. But you see everyone is like on the side of the elevator shaft below you. So you're hanging down, but they're like sticking to the side of it and they're like laying on their backs and they're kind of confused. And a few of your 2 NPCs stand up and they're standing like 90 degrees rotated from you on the side.
Ooh, gravity shift. Neat. Also, my arms are getting tired holding on to this thing.
Yeah, I got a toolbox too. This is really killing me.
Glad we didn't bring the printer.
Oh, I was about to ask, did you bring the printer?
No.
One of our 2 NPCs, I'm going to ask them who's standing, on the side of the shaft to just walk down deeper, see how far it goes.
And they seem to be like disoriented a little bit, but they put their arms out, they turn and they start walking and they're just walking on the side of the shaft going down.
Wild.
Like, seems to go this way a while.
Keep going.
You see them shining their light.
Keep going.
Keep going. The light's getting smaller and smaller. It's just turning to a point.
Shall we take the gravity walk?
I don't think we have much other option.
No, it's either that or get shot and fed to dogs.
So, looking around, do we see any elevator doors in this area? Like if we wanted to exit the shaft?
No. It looks like it's just solid walls. You see like electrical pipes and things and just kind of random conduit here and there. Every so often you'll see like a little box for servicing things here and there. But you don't see any openings. Seems to just be, it's probably just earth all the way down. Like that's how a lot of these elevators are, where it's like you get them at the top, you ride it forever down, and then you're in the next part of the facility.
Where the shaft bends, can I look to see if there's any kind of like obvious signs of fatigue or anything? Like, was it maybe kind of made this way, or was it like something has happened to cause it to?
Yeah, asking that specific question, you see that there's like more seams kind of in the metal as it goes here. And it
Okay.
looks like there's extra like reinforcement put into this part of the elevator shaft,
Okay.
just right around this part where it transitions. But it doesn't look like you don't see like any cracks or
Okay.
bends or anything.
So it
But
was
it looks
built
like
this way.
whoever constructed it was aware of this.
Okay. Okay. So this is
Yeah.
just part of the design of the facility. Okay. That's a little bit more reassuring.
Yeah. Get that vibe for sure.
Okay.
You also see too, as you're looking at it, it looks like there's a portion, it like widens up a little bit. And there's kind of these curves. So it looks like the elevator almost rotates at this point.
That makes sense.
But what is strange though is the cable like isn't in a track anymore, and it seems to be kind of like loosely, almost like it was cut or something, and
Hmm.
it's hanging down. It's like not being suspended. It's just lazily like kind of running like a cord on the side.
Interesting. Well, I guess we keep going.
Yeah.
All right, you guys travel. You walk a lot, probably another half hour before you start seeing maybe the end approaching. It's getting a little bit lighter from your flashlights hitting the end and kind of bouncing around in the middle. And it's about a half hour after one of your NPCs in front of me calls out. He's like, "Oh, I think I found the bottom. I see a door."
Beautiful. Uh, we'll be right up there. Side down there.
Catch up to you in a minute.
As you
Yes.
guys are getting closer and closer to this last door, who would you say is in the rear of the party?
I'll be in the rear,
You
sure.
again, Chuck? Or
I'm
or
muted.
you're
I can't
muted,
even
yeah.
answer. I was going to say I could take it, but John, if you want it, it's all yours.
Oh no, you were talking before me, so you go ahead.
Okay, I'm in the rear again.
Yeah. Chuck, you hear them call out and hearing all that. And you're walking, seeing everyone else's light. You hear this like fluttering behind you. Maybe like a bug or something.
I,
Like maybe a hummingbird. Kind of that type of sound.
I whip around, gat in hand. Guys,
Held
there's a
sideways.
bug.
As you whip around, you hear the fluttering more, and you've got your flashlight, and it kind of catches. There's like a little bit of weird of a reflection in the light, and you see a weird shadow kind of cast, and it does look kind of like maybe a bug or something. But as it gets closer and approaches, see a small, tiny humanoid, little wings sticking out of their back. It looks like maybe a little like a fairy or a sprite or something approaching you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And as the light's being shined at them, they have their hands up. They seem to be rather blinded by that. And
Well,
they flutter over and land on one of the conduit. As you're continuing to look at them, you
yeah,
see their wings are like fleshy, and they've kind of like detached themselves from the back. And there's just open muscle on their back. And they fold in, just
I really don't like
reattach
that. I
themselves.
will
Sit
get
down.
everyone's attention.
Mhm.
There is a skin sprite right over there. Is it Bad News Bears? Holy shit, lollygaggers are raiding. Hello,
Just
Lollygaggers.
lollygaggers.
hello. I'm just thinking of that scene from Ghostbusters where he's like, "It's looking at me, Ray."
Mm-hmm.
I think it can hear you, Ray.
Yeah. Jake,
Yeah,
you said you're checking it out?
yeah, I'll go check out the skin sprite and see if it's got ill intent.
You get a another kind of conflicting vibe from it. Not quite as dark as the fortune cookie or the or the book, but it seems to be somewhat benevolent, not hostile, but you get the sense that it might not be without a price, whatever it wants. Like a little give and a little take.
I want to try
It's still
something
got
real
its hands
quick.
up.
Everybody,
Like, shut that
look
off.
away. Everybody, look away from it. I'm gonna try something here.
Okay. All right, look away.
All right. I'm gonna slowly turn away from it and then quickly whip back around.
Does anyone? I guess everyone's turning away from it, so they don't have their lights on it anymore.
Right.
So you put back. Do you have your flashlight pointed at it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So as you do that, quickly look back. And it puts its hands up again. It's like, he stabbed that.
Has it changed position?
No.
Okay. I will lower
like,
the flashlight so as
standing on one
to
of the
keep it
conduit.
on the body, but kind of
Mhm.
bring it down below the head. And I'll say, "What are you and what are you doing here?"
Like, oh, I'm just this is where I live, and I like to hide here and I don't see people very often. You're not in the box. Was you're you're walking along the side. Normally they're in the
Yeah.
box.
You've been in the shaft for a while?
Yes, I came here. They did all this poking and prodding. And didn't give me any treats, so I left. Very small, hard to find.
What kind of treats do you like?
Uh, and he asks you to come closer.
Wasted.
Wait, legit?
I'm not taking any chances.
Fair. Fair.
I shine my flashlight directly in its face. I charge forward and I
Hands up.
point blank it.
Okay. Roll a fight test.
It
Oh.
just probably wanted some of your teeth, Jake.
Yeah.
Not far off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn a point of psyche and re-roll that.
Okay. Okay.
Why am I so terrible at combat?
Oh no.
I'm really
Where did
bad
I
at
get
that.
this gun from?
Yep.
It's really hard to pull a
Fire
trigger
gun.
and click a pin at the same time.
It is actually.
It
You
is.
know, that's
Say
fair.
that. I will say you click in the pen too. It saw you coming.
Yeah.
So you spin around, sees you're holding the gun. It flutters away. You hear its wings like and detach from its back. You hear a little bit of a flashing
like
sound,
that.
and it flutters off. And it says, "You're horrible, horrible," and it disappears into the shaft.
It probably just a tooth fairy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Do you want to give it a tooth?
No, but wasn't asking me.
It was asking me, and I'm
You
I'm
have
willing to share like a Slim Jim or something, but a tooth, I don't think so.
you've probably
Oh.
got roughly around 32 decent teeth. You can miss one.
You know what we could have done? This is, we've already fucked this up. We could have gone back up.
Here's all the
some other
teeth you
teeth,
want,
yeah.
buddy.
A lot of teeth up there.
Could have sent Cork to do it. He'd have loved us for that. We make him
Yeah.
climb the line again. Oh, he'd have been so
Oh
happy.
god.
It's still in the shaft. It can still hear you if you want to call out to it again.
Sure.
Hey,
I
you
think I
want
can hear you,
teeth?
right?
You hear fluttering as it comes back. It says, "No, teeth are gross.
Oh, well, what do you want? Can you just tell us?
You want fingernails?
Fingernails.
Listen,
Yes.
I got
Just
a little.
one.
I got a little shoot happy. I apologize. You cannot have my
Allowed.
fingernails, but if you go clear up to the top of the shaft, to the right is a room full of people that would be. They would not object to you eating their fingernails.
Hmm. You think they would be willing to trade?
I don't even think they want to
I could
trade.
only
I
take them
think.
for a trade.
Well, what could you give in exchange for fingernails?
Good luck.
I'll tell you what.
Oh,
I will take 10 luck, and you can take 10 fingernails off of anyone up there.
No, I have to give them the luck for their fingernails. It's a trade.
God damn it, I stick my pinky out.
And it lands and it sits like on your
Yeah.
knuckles there. And its hands like grab onto the edge of your fingernail. And it looks at you very giddily. You're like, are you ready?
Yes.
And it tries to rip your fingernail off. Make a resist test there, Chuck.
Okay.
Test.
oh.
So you are rolling to see if you're able to not pull away, basically, is what that resist
okay.
test is for. So you're able to like not recoil enough that you kind of just flick the fairy off, and it rips. It's got a little bit of like skin and stuff attached to it.
Yeah.
And it gets it.
That's what we got a med pack.
And it flicks it off and holds it above its head, spins it a little bit, looks at it, nibbles on it. Oh, good. And it flies up to your face, holds out a finger, and it pokes you straight between the eyes.
Thanks.
You get mechanically a bonus dice token. At any point, you could just add another d4 to one of your rolls.
Nice.
Okay. That's not terrible. Do I take any damage?
Take 1 physical damage as it detaches your fingernail.
Okay. Okay, so far.
Piercing. Goes through armor.
So far, I'm down 1 vital, 2 psyche, 100% self-inflicted.
Yep.
That's good.
Okay.
With that, it starts fluttering around a little bit. See, it's not flying as dexterously. It says thank you and disappears.
Okay, so that wasn't such a bad. Okay, I can see if you got lucky out of that, then that's fine. But
I don't feel lucky.
ouch. Yeah, you don't look lucky either. You look like a guy with a pen and minus a fingernail.
You want me to put a band-aid on that or something?
Yeah, that would be great. Just so that way I'm not jamming my fleshy nail bed into everything. Oh, I do
I'm
have
sure
a
we
pen.
got something in the med pack to cover that up.
Yeah, we'll say you're able to do that from you've got med packs. You don't need to expend a charge for that. Or expend the med pack. But yeah, so with that, you guys continue your path down the elevator shaft. You make it to the bottom. You see the door is aligned with you because the elevator would like rotate itself and slide. You see your other NPCs are waiting down there. You see Cork and Marshall. Cat is freaking out. You see Cork and Marshall sitting down there waiting as well. They're like, did you get lost in a straight line?
No, I sold my pinky nail. I hold
It's
up the
quite
bandaged
horrifying,
finger. See?
This might be why we're still subjects.
I will
Yeah,
look the
wouldn't-
security guard dead in the eye and I'll say banana fudge.
Did we
Banana
tell
fudge.
them? Well, I don't think we told them the security word.
Oh shoot, you're right.
Now we have to
I
come
thought
up with the new security
Security
word.
word for what?
God, nothing.
No, I thought they were there when we had that conversation. 'cause
We had that-
it like
I don't think that. I thought you guys did it privately.
Yeah, I thought we
Oh.
did privately too. Well, okay. We need a new word. I'll tell the security guy. We came up with a security word. That way, in case any of us got impostered, we would have our security phrase. That way, we could say it, and hopefully the imposter wouldn't know it.
I would like to point
I
out
just wait till the two of you look alike, and then I kill you both.
right, and I would like to just point out that if like he was replaced already and he killed the other one, the other version, the original version of him, we'd just be giving him the password.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
So we need
But
a phrase and a reply. That way.
Banana? Budge.
Well, how about this? The person who initiates it says this shit's bananas, and the person who responds says BANANAS.
I feel like it's a reference to the
I'll
outside
let
world,
you
but I don't
play
remember
that
it.
little game among yourselves, and I'm gonna go back to shooting doubles. Are we ready? He's gonna turn
Yeah,
around.
we're ready.
Look back.
What happens if you come across your own double?
I kill it.
But how do you
yourself?
know that you're not the imposter?
I'm always me.
Until you're not. I'm pretty sure that's what the other guy up there thought too. And the other
It's better
guy.
me.
Okay.
No, we gotta wait to suss them out, so it's fine. And apparently, you have a gun? What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I've got
All
a
right.
gun.
Ah, I'm
My
not even gonna ask how you got that.
inner
Oh, yeah,
thigh
with that-
strength
You
is
shooting earlier
ridiculous.
too. Cork would be like, "Did I hear a gunshot earlier?"
No,
That's what I thought.
I'm a little
Okay.
gassy. That's all it was.
Must have been that bean I had for dinner.
With that, he walks through the wall or the door.
So bad he
Yeah.
just walked through a fucking wall. God damn.
Yeah.
I'm out.
You guys spell out. You're in like a little landing area. It's a lot bigger than that little hallway was at the top of this elevator shaft. You see there's like a series of halls. Some of them are like at weird angles leaving from here. And you see there's like this big mess of a sign, all sorts of numbers, and there's this weird like ranking number system that they have for dictating what things are going on where. It's kind of hard to follow. Most of the words don't seem to really make that much sense to you. But the ones that jump out are armory, dorms, and elevators. And they're all pointed in different directions.
Guessing the elevators take to the other locations that we need to get to.
Yeah.
Armory?
Armory.
Armory.
Yeah. Let's get strapped.
And then probably
Right.
dorms. Key cards.
Mm. Good thinking.
And the other thing you see too, when you get at the bottom and you're looking at all these signs and stuff, you look up on the wall. There's a big part that's painted that says RAO for research and observation.
Could be worth checking out.
Yeah, considering that was one of the.
You get the sense that that's like the name of this zone you're in. Like the before zone you were in was operations, and you are now in research.
There
and
was a
observation.
breach here. That was part of the message, the automated message.
Oh, jeez. Well, here's hoping it was that weird
Toes.
fingernail weirdo.
Well, she's been in that elevator shaft for quite a while, so I kind of doubt that it's her.
Oh, yeah. Crap. All right. So just keep on your toes, everybody.
All right,
Okay.
so you head towards the armory, and you see that Cork Marshall and the other two NPCs are kind of sitting looking at the signs, and they're not really sure which way to go. And Marshall's kind of saying like, "Oh, we should head towards the elevators. Like, I just want to get down, get to the reactor, and get out. I don't want to spend any time here."
Well, but that's not our only job. We got to go down here, find out what happened, find out the state of things. Just
Or we'll get shot and fed to dogs if that's what you want, Marshall.
yeah,
That's fine.
just turning on the light switch and leaving. It's not the job.
It's true. But if the power's on, we could do like the surveillance systems and stuff. We don't have to be here in person.
You know, you won me
That's an
over at
excellent point there.
don't have to be here in person.
Well, this is research and
Well, I
observation.
mean, you have to be here to access a terminal, but you don't have to be walking the halls quite as much.
Yeah.
Still, though, armory
Each
would
zone
be a
has
good
its
touch.
own kind
Yeah.
of isolated. Each zone has its own kind of CCTV thing going on. They don't usually pipe between the zones, but you'll get general like kind of status readouts of how the other zones are doing.
So, what you're saying is we should continue clear down, restore power, and then come back up and then check out the CCTV between all the different zones.
That's what I would like to do.
So,
There's still no power on this floor.
There is not. You guys just
Okay.
have flashlights.
Then it would make sense to go all the way down and restore power.
I would like to point out that there's probably no going back up for us, though, because the elevator line was slack.
That is true.
Unless there's rocket
And-
bikes.
Fire safety well.
And with all that too, Marshall's saying like a lot of the times, especially facilities that have a reactor, typically they're lower levels the oldest, and it often has its own elevator all the way up to the surface. It goes out to
Oh,
a different spot.
don't you know a bunch of stuff?
It's anything to do with the halls, maintenance, where to go, how to avoid things. That's what I do.
Do
Okay.
you know about the fingernail sprite?
Fingernail Sprite.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
sold my pinky nail to a little tiny skin sprite.
It's been living in the elevator shaft
Or it bought your fingernail.
Mm-hmm.
with luck.
Yeah, it made me lucky.
Okay.
I don't know how lucky I am. What's the security guy's name?
Cork.
Cork. I won't know how, like, if it worked. I won't know how lucky I am until the next time I meet Cork's mom, but we'll cross our fingers.
You hear a safety like click on and off.
But I imagine Chuck's just like, oh yeah, well, I can
He
make
looks
that
at
noise
you.
too.
He's like, anyone else see double on him?
You're not. Don't tell lies.
That's what I thought. Cork's looking at the sign too. He's like, would be quickest to go down to the reactor.
Yeah.
There is an armory, however, though.
Yeah,
And
that might not be
reactor
bad. to
being
check
in
out.
stasis. Stasis is not a good place to be when the power's off.
Okay. Yeah. So original plan, armory, something better than stun sticks and a knife.
I have a
And
gun.
then and one gun. And then we head down to the reactor.
Sounds
I'm
like a
cool with
plan.
that.
All right. And if we see anything weird, if you see something, say something.
And the dorms too. You guys would know dorms are usually where like subject personnel and anyone that is like permanently stationed at the facility
Maybe
live.
we'll find more people.
Yeah, perhaps more people for an entourage. That'd be like the best place to like. So basically,
Also,
like equipment, people, mission. But all right, the armory. Decided to carry on that way. You're following the signs there. As you're going through, it's kind of dark. You see there's like hallways that go off here and there. There's a lot more hallways here too than like the operations section you were in before. This is totally like a maze. Especially with the lights off, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, you know, some of these doorways are a little bit receded. Is it a hallway? Is it just a little door into one of these rooms? Like, it's kind of hard to see. Maybe you missed a turn here or there. So I'll say whoever's going up front, whoever wants to kind of lead the way, do a study test. See if they're able to
I
navigate.
will lead the way bravely. I will burn a point of psyche to try to lead the way bravely.
Yeah. You still do take the point, even with the armor. Like burning always
Damn.
feels
Be right back.
fail.
But at least
All
I'm
right.
bravely leading the way.
Yeah. With the fail, you're not quite getting off course, but you might not be getting there as quick as you could be. You're wandering around here and there, weaving your way. And you see there's all these kind of like consistent patterns in the tiling of the floor here and there. You see one of them, though, kind of curves. And you notice that one of these black like streaks that you've seen on the ground isn't actually part of the tile. It's been like a blood stain for a little bit.
Ooh.
And it veers off into one of these rooms.
I'm
You see the
fine.
door to that room is partially open.
Hmm.
You don't hear anything.
I'll
All
hold
that
out a
continues
hand
on
and
past it.
I'll hold out a hand and kind of gesture to the open door and just
I'm just going to very quietly, carefully, while clicking my pen, go up and close the door.
Make an avoid test for me, Chuck.
Yep.
Wait,
Uh,
penalty.
I got
With
to
a pen.
uncheck that.
Ooh.
I'm not pushing that.
Chuck. As you're clicking your pen there,
Yep.
you approach this door. See it's partially open. You see there's this blood stain. It's like leading into this room. And it kind of smears a bit on the bottom of the door, like something was dragged through here. You hear very like wet, fleshy sounds and tearing of fabric or something. As you kind of aren't really thinking that much and have your flashlight and you're clicking your pen to you go to close the door and your light beams inside,
Mm-hmm.
goes a little bit through the opening, goes a little bit through like the little glass window. And you see this massive hunched back with all these little ribbed spine bits sticking out of it. It's leaning over something. You see legs kind of twitching underneath it. And it's tearing into it, eating. As this light goes across it, its shadows cast in front of it. You see it pause suddenly, start to turn as you shut the door.
Oh, that's fucked up in there, guys. That's real fucked up.
Okay.
You don't hear
All
a
right.
latch or anything as you shut this door, too.
Let's move
okay.
quickly.
Okay.
You
Okay.
hear footsteps
I will start moving
accelerating,
quickly.
going towards the door.
Hey, Cork. I
As you
think
start
I saw
running down the
duplicates
hallway,
in there.
doors thrown open,
Oh no.
and you see this massive person. They've got really long legs, really long arms, this
Yeah.
kind of kite-like shaped torso. They've got a really large jaw, blood streaking down their face, really long fingers that have been sharpened to points that seem to have been tearing apart things. Their eyes are sunken back really far, where it has to look directly at you to see you. And kind of gazes about, sees one of your NPCs, just dives onto it, starts tearing into them.
Yeah, stun stick it.
You stun
We're
stick
in
it.
our first encounter.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
baby.
I say, you stun
So it
stick, I'll
has
gun
an
stick.
ambush.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Let me ask, does it seem friendly?
Shit.
It does not seem friendly.
Oh
You
no.
get no friendly vibes. But yeah, so every creature in this game kind of has an ambush ability, and most of them eat into your entourage NPCs if you have them. Having an entourage makes it more likely that you will trigger events like this than just traveling alone, but it can also be a buffer for them. So you hear screams that are like quickly cut short as this thing leaps to it, tears them open, tears their throat, and it's just ripping it apart pretty messily. But that's its ambush. So encounters, you guys get to go first always. So this thing's on one of your NPCs, and you guys each have 2 actions. And I'll say too, kind of your options in most of these two. If you have an entourage, you're able to sacrifice more of them to make your chances of escaping easier. And it makes you have to make less avoid tests to get away. You can always make avoid tests on your turn to say, like, I just book it and try and outrun it. But sacrificing a NPC effectively also deals like damage to it. Most of these anomalies don't have health; they just have kind of like a how interested is it in you, and that gets whittled down by it taking damage. And it taking sacrifices whittles that down a lot as it gets kind of fed or satisfied by wherever you feed it.
Okay.
So who's doing what? You guys, there's not really like turns. You guys just kind of have a turn where you each get 2 actions to do whatever you want. You can coordinate it. Like one of you can do 1 action, the other one can do 2, and then you do your other action. Like any order you want to do these.
Can I, for the help action, can I help myself?
No.
Okay. I shoot it.
Okay. Do that fight test.
Oh, I succeed.
Nice.
This. Okay. Roll damage on your sidearm. Not to damage it. It's automatically going to do 1 impact, but you're seeing if you use up your ammo.
I do not.
And you don't. So.
I'm gonna stun stick it, or try to anyway.
Yeah.
No, no.
dear.
Oh boy. You can still burn Psyche to do complications. You don't have to.
Okay, I'll
push
burn a
them.
point of psyche. Now, does that let me push then? Then
Yep. And you basically just get to redo the test.
well, I'll take the fail over the complication.
Just normal fail.
Yeah.
All right.
I will attempt to stab it. with
I
my knife.
am going to try and use my clicking and flashlights to help distract it, to help Jake try to stab it.
Sure. I'll
Neat.
say you can do that.
So,
Even
and
that.
you get an extra D4 on that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Let's
Although-
roll fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You succeed. So yeah, you're whacking it. You've got a stun stick there, Jake.
I got a knife.
Oh, a knife. Okay. Roll that.
Ooh.
2 impact.
Your knife's out of damage.
So
or
you slice
out of
into this
ammo.
thing. Yeah, melee does not use ammo, but deal 2 impact to this. So you cut into it. It seems to recoil a little bit. You do a good cut, but it seems to like almost not bleed the way you think it would. The skin doesn't really part as much as you think it should.
Could I poke it with the stun stick again, or try to?
Yep.
Second action.
Yep.
All right.
You can repeat your actions. You just get 2. They don't have to be different.
That is a success.
Okay.
The impact on the stun stick is a 4.
It is. All
Not
right.
worth your time. Go away.
As you whack it with the stun stick. It's a decent amount. So it goes done 4, 2, 1, 7 total. It's ripping into this thing. It turns to look at the rest of you. Sees this guy. Sees 4 of you, and then Cork and Marshall, because there's 1 in your NPC. Meaning there's 6. So we're gonna do Chuck, John, Jake, Entourage, Mark, Marshall. I don't know why it said John rolled that, but
It's me.
Chuck, it picked you.
Oh no.
It is
Okay.
you. He gets to make a fight test.
No thanks. Joe. That's not possible.
Oh my
That's
God.
not how math works, Joe.
That's called a critical success there, Chuck.
Oh, fuck. Good thing we got one entourage
But-
left.
You have this luck,
Oh, I do.
and you can expend that to make me reroll.
Fuck yeah, let's do that.
Oh, that's more like it.
Feels.
Much better.
And it jumps towards you, and its claws kind of swipe right where you were. You duck under it just a little bit, still clicking. It's going to decide a new target. Marshall. Doesn't crit, but it does get a success as it runs back and it takes a swipe here at Marshall. Healing. Oh, God. 10 damage.
Ooh,
Uh,
Marshall.
You might still be able to stabilize. Important NPCs can do that. So let's see. Marshall had
What? The engineer's important? Why?
What?
those 2 -2. So he had 6 health. When you hit 0, all damage remaining is halved. So he went from 6 to -2. Which doesn't have an impact on how difficult your resist test is to stay up, but it lets you. That's how much like health you have to shift over from your other health pool. He's going to make a resist test, which he is bringing in. Bam! He passes, so he is able to stay up. As Marshall gets kind of like impaled on his shoulder, but he pulls himself off and dodges away to the side. And he starts running because this thing was kind of in between you guys, and he runs past it now. He's on the same side with you. It's going to be at 2. There we go. And then is Cork and Marshall's turn. Cork is going to take 2 shots. They both hit.
Yay.
And he's going to do decent rifle damage. And Marshall uses both of his actions to run. He's just
Avoiding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's a good thought.
Ducking out.
Oh, okay.
Passes 1. There you go. So Marshall is trying to leave. This thing is looking kind of annoyed. Still in the fight, but looks like if you put up much more of a fight, it will get annoyed and leave. Back around to your guys' turn. You have your 2 actions again. This thing's got Marshall's blood on its hand.
Stun stick it a couple more times if I can.
Yeah. Oof.
Nope. Bell swing again. I'll take
Hey,
that
success.
success. It's another 4.
Yep. That's good. It kind of recoils from that, still in the fight, but it looks very annoying. Got 4 more
I'll go for the
actions
stab.
between you 2.
I'll go for the stabby stab.
Okay.
Oh
Great
my
success.
gosh.
Okay. Deals double your impact on that.
Ooh.
That crit success is enough to throw it over its threshold. It had a threshold of 20 threat. So you reduce it to -1. With that, you get a good cut. Where do you think you stabbed this thing at to get it to leave you alone?
I try to go for its eyes, but miss and end up hitting it right in the nose.
Okay. Yeah. You just through the side of the nose, rip into it a little bit, you separate it, and it gives this horrible, like gurgling, like snorting sound through its face, and recoils, leans back, its eyes sunken and stare at you, and it puts its hands up to its face. Its hands like wrap way around its head, and it just kind of slunks off. You see it retreat and poof, 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 like heavy footsteps running down the halls away from you guys.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll look down at our mangled entourage fella. Uh,
He is super dead. He's like two
well, at least he
pieces.
went quick, you guys.
I'm gonna go try. Can I
Very
tend
quick.
to Marshall with the med kit?
You can. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you
What do
guys
I
catch up to him. He's kind of ducked around the corner, and he looks back, and he saw that run off.
think we chase it off for now. What do I need to roll to use the med kit?
So using healing items, they roll a resist test to
Okay.
see how it deals. So there's not like a action to heal somebody.
Okay.
It is how well do you deal with getting healed. So
Okay.
it's a resist test that he makes. But the medic kit is the only healing item, I believe, that you can aid in. So you
Okay.
applying it to him and helping him with it gives him another D4 to pass.
Okay.
Which he does. So 13. So he heals 2d4 physical. That brings him all the way up to the top.
All right. Does that
Nice.
burn the med kit then, or is it
It
multiple use?
does burn the med kit.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all single item use. You have it still for it won't do like kind of like you pulled a band-aid out of it earlier.
Yeah.
They'll do like that kind of thing, but it
Yeah.
won't like mechanically restore health anymore.
Makes sense.
He's back to full. He kind of objects to him taking the health pack at first, but he looks at his arm and he accepts it. Goes back up. He thanks you. He's just like laughs a bit. Says, "Good as new."
Yes.
What tab was I tracking his health? There it is. Alrighty. That you scared off the ghoul.
Hooray.
Still in the hallways. And let's see. There's 2 rifle shots from Corp.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't seem shaken by this at all. Like he's seen worse. He's standing, looking at the rest of you. Saw it run off. Like he lights up a cigarette. Has that. Marshall's still kind of like a little bit panicky and looking around. Your other entourage person is like super cowering.
Yeah.
They're a little out of it and just sheepishly following. Chuck, you shot twice, too?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how many gunshots it would have heard. So,
Did I shoot twice?
Shot once or twice, I think. Can't remember.
I think you shot once and then aided.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
that
didn't
was
get
it.
my second turn. Yeah, so it's just one shot from me.
Yep. Okay, 1 shot from you and then 2 roughs. Okay. Alrighty. With that, you continue on. Hallways seem to get a little bit less chaotic here. There's less side doors. And you start seeing you see this like amber orange light around one of the bends in the hallway. I guess, do you want to shut off your lights, or how do you react to seeing this light that's appearing?
Um,
It's like flickering a little bit.
I'll shut off my light, and I'm willing to just sneak up there and see what I can see. If the others want to hang back.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll hang back.
Sure.
So
Make the
that's
void
avoid
test.
to sneak up
Yep.
there.
Success.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah. With that, you see this amber light, direct everyone like, oh, shut off your lights. You hear Chuck back there still goes.
It's a good thing he
You
didn't
hear
go.
the clicking
Uh-huh.
echoing
I did.
a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but doesn't travel that far. You walk up. You see this light seems to be coming from one of the hallways. You're kind of going into like a T a little bit, and this light bounces. There's a sharp turn, like a kind of this S shape. This amber light's coming from around that. With your success, though, you're able to peek around, peek the other way. You don't see anything. It's just kind of darkness. And you go up, put your head around this. You see there's like kind of like one of those survival lanterns. It's got this orange glow and a little stand on it, and it's sitting up on top of a crate. You see there's like a few crates that are pulled out, making this kind of like makeshift barrier in the hallway. And you hear footsteps of people walking around on the other side. And you see three heavily armored security people. They're wearing helmets. They've got, or two of them have like just bulletproof vests on, and one of them has like full like SWAT looking type gear. They all have rifles. They seem to just kind of be pacing up and down this hallway. And you see a giant set of double doors and the words armory above it. It's like they're just kind of holding position in the hallway here.
I'll kind of scuttle back to the others and like Cork. I think these are your kind of people. It looks like three heavily armed guards uh, guarding the door to the entrance to the armory. So
Three.
yeah,
Okay.
they might be friendlies. Then I'm hoping.
Did you catch which color their gear was underneath?
Can I do a roll? No.
You would do a study. It's kind of hard to tell the color with such a sharp amber light. And you think orange in your head.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, maybe it's just because of the orange light. And you think back, you're like, no, it kind of looked like similar subject, kind of like prisoner garb. Where
Yeah.
looks like all three of them were wearing clothing similar to you guys. Probably not security force. You didn't see the camo patterns.
Okay.
Probably
Yeah.
aren't actual guards, just
Okay.
people that found the armory.
Yeah, they look like subjects now that you mention it. They may have just found their way into the armory and they're just holed up there.
Well, I don't know if I
All we
trust
do is
that.
talk to them,
Eh,
I guess.
uh, I mean, they can't be that unfriendly, right? I'll, I'll, I'll try to. I can try to talk to them, I suppose.
All
Sure.
right.
Let's see. We're all wearing orange, yes?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys are
Okay.
clearly subjects. You don't
Yeah.
have any.
Do we have socks on?
Yeah.
What color are the socks?
I think I know what you're going for. They're white.
Yeah. I want to make a white flag out of a long screwdriver and a sock. And I want to wave it
Sure.
at their light. So that if I get
All
shot,
right.
only my left hand gets shot.
Yeah, you stick
Good
it out.
thinking.
Make a compel test, Jake, and take a bonus.
Oh, a bonus. Since I'm not proficient in it, I'll just go ahead and I'll click proficient.
Yeah. Just click it.
I will burn a psyche. Oh,
There you go.
go.
So with that, you hear them all kind of turn, and one of them calls out, "Hello, what is
Hi.
that?"
We're from another facility. We've been brought in because apparently there's a shit show going on here.
Another what?
Yeah.
And you hear some muttering between themselves. Like, when did you show up? How long have you been here?
Maybe an hour or so.
That's about right. Whatever. They look back. They say, "Step out."
All right. Just so you know, I am wearing a lovely sweater. Please don't shoot it.
You step out. You're wearing your very nice, colorful sweater, but you clearly have like the subject garb underneath it. Like
Yeah,
you've got your sock flag. They
indeed.
look at you guys. All right. How many people are with you?
Few less than we started with. I'll put it that way.
Hmm. Were you the gunshots we heard earlier?
Yeah, that would be us. We fought a giant that ate one of us and nearly ate another. Does that sound familiar to you?
Is it gray and kind of hunched?
Oh yeah, hunched over giant.
As we call it the ghoul. It's did it run this way or
No, you would have seen it if it ran this way.
it's fair? We heard it stomping around somewhere,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if it was.
I mean it's still up and active, but it's not pursuing us at the present time. We're going to head down to the reactor on the bottom floor to see if we can't get this place up and running again. At least get some security going or the CCTVs.
Hmm.
Um, would you be willing to part with some weapons and ammunition just in case there's something in the reactor room?
Make another compel test.
Oh boy. Hey,
Hey, there you go. Yeah, and with that, they kind of mutter to themselves. Say, reactor does need to come up eventually. We don't have that long to like. It's not a whole lot of supplies in the armory that we can eat.
yeah, I hear that. Uh,
Like, we'd be willing to let some stuff go.
all right. Um, in exchange, I have a toolbox. Uh, oh,
That's
and
fine.
this sweater. I suppose I could, if you're being friendly, I suppose I could give you a friendly sweater, but you probably wouldn't trust that. So I'll uh, I'll just kindly accept your gift, and we'll try to get this place back online and not die in the process.
They'll roll out. There's like a little rolling cart that's got a few cases on it.
What
And they
other
push it up to this wall that they've built out of these crates.
what other things have you seen on this floor?
They say, well, there's the ghoul for one. That's probably one of the worst things. Um, there was the Panderet. It's like kind of like a bear with a beak.
Is it
Uh,
nice?
depends. If you know any words it doesn't know, then yeah.
Well, that's terrifying. But okay, thank you.
Um,
Is it
oh, there's if you're going down to the reactor, you said, if see any people wearing masks, avoid them.
Yeah, we pretty much got that, unfortunately.
what kind of
Masks are
masks
bad here.
are they wearing?
One of them's gonna have a pretty nice looking, like very intricate mask thing, and the rest of them are gonna have these really like crude, hastily thrown together masks, whatever they could make. They seem to be like a hive mind kind of thing or something.
Hmm.
Have you come across any doubles?
Doubles.
Like two
What do you mean?
people that look identical?
Evil twins, that sort of thing.
Doppelgangers? Clones?
No, I haven't seen anything like that. Why?
Oh,
Eh,
they were up at the top level.
At the top in operations?
Yeah.
yeah.
They kind of mutter to themselves again. Well, That's not good. Um, what did they look like? Like,
People.
who were they doppling?
One of them was one of the people we came in with.
Clothes and all.
And then the other one we saw, there was a panic room, and the people in the panic room, there was a double, but they swapped the air and the nitrogen, and the everyone in the panic room ritualistically Sudoku'd themselves.
Hmm. Well, I guess we'll keep a lookout for that. But we haven't run into any of that down here. Hopefully, those are the only two.
Yeah.
See, how'd you guys get down here by yourselves? Like, why'd they send in subjects?
We're
Uh,
expendable.
this is all a test, probably.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Here's some
Well,
big weighted gear.
and they push that card up and they start placing a few items on the wall. They're not like pulling the wall apart that they've built up. They say, I guess you guys can take your pick of these. And they'll put 2 hand cannons and 2 SMGs and 1 rifle.
Oh. Oh. I want a hand cannon.
Like go with an SMG.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll also take an SMG.
Look at you all being reserved.
You want 2 hand cannons?
No, it's fine. I've
You
got
know,
I've got
okay,
my
if
hand
you
cannon.
go, you've got your hand cannon, you've got the SMG. I'll go for the rifle.
Oh, variety.
Yeah.
We'll have it all.
It's the spice of life.
As you
Okay,
guys are
well,
reading through that
No,
too,
we were
they
supposed to
place
send survivors up, right? To the exit?
that was they said yeah, they said figure out what happened, turn on any subsystems you can, and direct people to come up.
Okay, so we can give them directions to go to
Head
the
up.
elevator and head up. You're gonna have to climb the cable. Best we got.
That when you explain those instructions to them, say who gave you those orders? Someone from
Um,
your facility?
yeah,
Was it like a security guy, or
yeah.
was it a suit?
Security guy.
Sounds right.
that's actually a question we might should have asked ourselves is
Did the guy
early
who sent us
stage.
down here actually have the authority to send us down here?
Or is he just gonna kill everybody?
He absolutely did
Us-
not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
If you would have asked, he would have, it would have been bad about that. There's not a way to go back and figure that out now, but yeah, he did that. Thinking about that, you guys would know almost for sure. Like you're a little hazy in the moment, but you're like, wait a second, security is not allowed to do their own jobs, grab subjects, do whatever they want. Like they don't have authority. That's what suits are supposed to do. That kind of stuff.
In other words, they were afraid to go in, and they're like, "Let's send these idiots."
Yeah, other words, pretty much they were assigned to come get this facility online, and they're like, sounds sus. We're gonna drag some people out. And yeah, and then he was going to attempt to bribe you with role transfer.
And,
That he couldn't
uh,
actually authorize.
yeah.
Yeah.
He can sure authorize people to fire on us though. So
You sure can.
you know what? We might have to find a way to get contact with the outside world once we get power up.
And so yeah, there's you guys would know that there definitely is like communication channels that they tried, or they said they tried at least contact this facility. There should be ways to communicate within.
No, the other option. I mean, you can stay on this floor, but clearly, this floor is kind of dangerous. If you want to head up, and I mean, there's a friendly printer up there, so
This, well, we heard the elevator's down, and we don't really have anything to climb.
Yeah, it's a
Fair.
long ways
So
up.
waiting.
Hopefully, we'll get the elevators back up
Yeah.
soon.
But yeah, we need power to use one of the other elevators. Don't feel like climbing.
Nice.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
They also, during this too, as you guys are talking back and forth, they set out 3 helmets for each of you.
Nice. We're all geared
Was there
up.
any armor?
Yep, they all count as 1 armor.
Got my jumpsuit and my helmet.
Hell yeah.
I got my sweater and my helmet.
I have my pen and my hand cannon. And a helmet.
I got a helmet, a stun stick, and an SMG.
They'll ask you about that too. They're like, "Is there? Do you have to do that?"
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh,
This is an anomaly.
Well, oh,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
benign. So not like this. This one
as long
is
as he keeps,
great.
Oh.
clicking it.
checks
Mhm.
out, I guess.
If I stop clicking it, it hatches and kills everyone in a 50-mile radius.
That is not true.
A
He
little
just wants
streak.
to click it.
Dare you give away
So,
my secrets.
Well, I just don't want to get. I don't know. Actually, no, that would have been a great way to not get shot.
Right?
Damn it.
Fucked it up.
This and the password, guys. I'm just bungling it. All right. Well,
Like, all right, well, we're probably gonna stay here until power comes on. Then we'll work our way up an elevator. But
makes sense.
good to know there's reinforcements at least.
Yeah.
Weird to see you guys, but I guess if we hold out,
Yeah, it is kind of weird
That might
to
be-
be here now that the drugs are kind of wearing off. Yeah, it is weird to be here. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, watch out for ghouls.
we'll do. They kind of salute you off. Around the corner, you smell like a little bit of smoke of Cork sitting there, and he's kind of fuming, and he's got his rifle in his hand. It's like they should not be in that stuff.
Well, no offense, but none of your people are around to be having it right now, so at least somebody's making use of it.
Yeah.
Fair. Still,
Mhm.
probably smart to stay down here and not go up with all that.
Mhm.
Yeah, most
Wouldn't
likely.
bode well.
Well, let's head on down and get this place up and running, huh?
Yep.
With that, probably wrap for tonight. We're a little over.
Okay, cool. It was fun. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I hope you guys are liking it.
Yeah,
I have a hand cannon.
You do have
I
a
have a
hand
rifle.
You guys saw
And a
some
pen.
guns.
I was
There was
pleased
way
to see that the
better
stun
guns in
stick
there.
was quite useful for the impact. I'm like, ooh,
It is. It does
yeah,
a lot
that's
of
cool.
impact.
Yeah,
Yep.
like
Do I have a
yeah,
stun
that's
stick?
very cool.
I do.
Mhm.
Yeah, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it has a lot of impact.
It's a dissuader.
Yep.
Indeed.
And if you hit NPCs with it, they can lose actions
Oh, shit.
potentially.
Hence the stunning.
Yep. Makes them do a resist test, and if they fail, they lose 1 action on their turn.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. This is my light little, calling it Project Redacted so far. Might have a different name, but a little SCP themed game. Some simple rules, simple dice. And seems like it's working out pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone, watching. What have we got going on here, Chuck?
Wednesday. Dungeon Crawl Classics. Night Below. That's what I'll plug.
Okay.
Now you should go, John. What do you got?
There's Tuesdays and Thursdays, the Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel. We have episodes of our Oops All Goblins game still coming out. Yeah, we're plugging along at it. So we'll see where things go. But definitely check it out. It's horny and chaotic.
True that.
Good. And then let's see. Next Friday, doing this again. We'll be resuming this venture. We're probably gonna pick up Eddie. He's gonna be another player if he's not busy that night. And then Dan and Alex may be here as well to join up. We're at a pretty good spot too for you guys to pick up some extra people pretty soon. So get those replacement characters rolled up. Although they'll roll up as of normal characters. Replacement characters don't get perks and they start at not full health usually.
Those jerks.
Yeah, and we're pretty much right at halfway through the adventure too. So
nice,
pretty good on track. So should be good. I'm trying to think of what other. Do we have any games tomorrow?
I don't know. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Okay. And then the only other thing I can think of on Monday, I think we're doing Fragged Empire on Lollygaggers.
That is accurate.
That's gonna be me, Chuck,
Maitre.
Dan.
No, Dan.
Maitre. Oh, not Dan. That's right.
Jeremy, but I don't think he's going to be there. Melissa.
He's not back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maitre, you, me. And that's it for
And then
players.
Jeff's running it.
And then Jeff's running it.
Yeah. Yep. I get to play a spirited away spork creature monster thing. It's great.
I'm a face with tentacles and a tie.
Yeah.
Are you like the spork from Toy Story?
That is Jeff.
I'm no face from Spirited Away, but my mask is a spork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much exactly that. So it's fun.
No sport. Neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. It's a lot of fun to run this. I'm happy with it so far. So do more of this next week for our Halloween-esque Friday episode.
Ooh, spooky,
It's
spooky.
more spooky in the second half of this too, so works out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.